Getting there, we're getting there. Hold on, stay with me. Sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna copy that right on there. Hell yeah. Now we just gotta time that right. Oh yeah, no, that's good. Alright, let's lay this down real quick. Oh man. Ah. Shut up. does that? So that's just the MIDI. So I think what I need to do, add a track, and add this A7. Now I can just have to control it. Oh. Hold on, it's not. Yeah, sure, we can just mimic. We'll probably get the close representation of what we want. Try that again. Look good. Look. Oh, did I mess this up accidentally? It looks like I did. There we go. Alright, let's go back and record that now that we've fixed that dilemma. Should be able. Now we can do this. I mean, I guess we can keep it. Just shut up. Okay. I want to get this loop right. So that little bomb. Or is it right here that I want? Yeah. Just oh, right. Mm-hmm. go, loop it. I really want this to have a specific, and that reverb. Yeah. This will do. So we're gonna have the direct down. We really want it for the brush. Hit. Getting there, we're getting there. Gonna give us more. Maybe I'm just not using the right reverb. Let's try. Let's go keep people. Still not really getting. That's close. Longest preload. Well, that doesn't work. like that. Alright, so there's a clear jump, so we're going to use a crossfade in this ambient. Don't I have this covered? Hold on, I gotta trace a line. Trace a line. Yeah. Yeah, that's input one. Let me test on the guitar. Yeah, that's working. I think it's the battery. I think it's the battery. That's why I want a passive bass. That's going to be my next thing. think I'm out of tune. I think I might be out of tune. Would that part be? Yeah, just loop. It would technically be like 7. how you doing? Yeah, let me get it loaded up for you. Make sure you're listening with some like headphones at least. Oh, this was so this is a little synth that I recorded. So I've got a CS synthesizer. I have a J6. I mean, sorry, a JX08 synth. This is all something that you can get at George's. And so that was these two parts. And then I was gonna throw some bass on top of it. So I have the MIDI, which yeah, I have a file here which is controlling the MIDI, so it's sending it to the actual analog synthesizer, and then that's what's recording the MIDI. And then for instance on this part, see how there's like a short and then it holds it out for a little longer? That was me tweaking the delay or sorry, the decay on the synthesizer. So short, shorter, well not shorter, but like shorter than the verse, this part, not verse, but longer chord. So it pulses a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So what's nice about having the ability of recording the MIDI and having it trigger the synth is that then you can control the synthesizer and record that, so it's almost like you have multiple hands at that point. Let me save this something. Ooh. Man, naming projects, brother, isn't that just like the worst? I'll go off of this trend that I've been doing lately. That's it's literally just an idea at that point, right? Is that really number 528 for you? Let me kill this. Holy shit, brother, you push him out. Oh, okay. Dude, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes, I literally thought that it was like 528. Like that's your 528th song. Alright, shut this stuff off. Get your business loaded up. Yeah, no, I actually like looked at the number and it was like I think around 160 or something the past 3 years, and that actually like made me kind of disappointed. I figured there'd be more. know, there's like 300 days and something. But like you get caught up on ideas, you sit there for a couple days on it, you tweak it, you do all that. So it's, I get it. I get it. All right. So no, just sorry, projects. I should be very deliberate with what I'm saying. Like 160 projects. Full song ideas, honestly, maybe like a dozen. Not too many. And then like for instance, this EP is going to be 4 tracks that I'm coming out with. So yeah. Did you count voice memos? No. That's funny. It's fun to go back and like listen to your voice memos and just like see what it sounds like. Releasing, I would like to say a month, but that's probably like when I feel as if all the tracks will be done and I'll be happy with them, and I don't know all the logistics back then, you know, like I have a name, I don't know, I haven't looked it up if the name is like already taken, like the name of the band. So I'm sure like I'll say a month and it'll probably be 2 months just because of the logistical stuff with it. It sounds like my cat's getting into something. I don't think so. Yeah, for sure, I definitely will. Alright, so I adjusted the reverb tails. Alright, that's one thing that I know that this was right. So we're looking at the reverbs here, right in here. So to really like bring down the overall like space between the verse and the chorus, the reverbs are different to get kind of that space feel difference as well. But at the end, I just turned it up a lot. So yeah, that's not too. Right. So it hangs. It hangs the way you would want it there. And then here as well. Now there's a lot going on here, and honestly, it depends on what you would want. You have the growl going on. You've got the lead guitar coming in. But this one does sound more prominent. Right. So that one also is definitely louder. Notice how I don't know if you do the same thing with these groupings and Ableton, so grouping them up as such. Just kind of make things easier, separating them out. This bass swell as well. Yeah, how did that reverb? Oh, you're good, brother. Did you hear the difference in that reverb? At least? I mean, of course I'm going to send you it and you can think more on it. But you can just speak your mind in the chat. But I'll also show this sub bass. I think fits a bit better to maybe what you were wanting. Did you bake that reverb into the vocal reverb? Like, was there multiple reverbs on it? Go ahead and listen to the original. Yes, okay. Maybe that's why it's getting lost. I mean, listen to the original. Let me listen to this part. Yeah, it's clearly like really loud, but it sounds like it's just shit without the mix. Yeah, I like your individual tracks sounded good, but I will say, like, the way how you sent me the mix was actually like pretty abominable. Like, it's like pretty peaky at moments. So maybe if you want to like turn it down, you can always resend it to me. No, dude, you're good. You're good. I got like the gist of how you were wanting things. I guess this is like as low as I can really put it for now. Let's listen. That help with processing. It's not bad. Like, my computing up here is really really bad. Oh wait, actually, let me do this. Let me increase my buffer size and see if that helps me. Not really. Yeah, I understand that. You can always just drop the master. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. Let's see if it's similar here. Yeah. It's not the reverb on the top. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Go ahead. Because I will say, like, it's not as wide. Is this a... No, that is stereo. One thing I wonder, because it does sound like, I don't know, is this all reverb? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have early reflections in there. We can just turn it up and see. And if we get any frequencies, we can always EQ it out. And let's see if we can get a more spacious feel out of that. Because I see what you're saying, like there's more width, it sounds like, on yours. And I'm wondering like where that, I originally was looking at like where that width might have went, essentially, because I mean if you just sent me the file it should be there. So I was wondering if there was a processing that I did to kind of make it go away. Let's... Yeah, that's essentially how you would do it. So I'm not necessarily, I wouldn't think that you like did it wrong. So for instance, I'm just going to try and EQ this a little bit different and push it forward. I mean, try and push it a little bit more back into the mix. What is that? 5, yeah. How did that sound? Okay. Then yeah, I'll just one thing that I really want to do, I guess I have to see it in here, is get rid of some of these high processing tracks. I don't know if you flatten, but what I want to do is create a track. Yeah, see, usually I don't like have this many stuff, like this much on one track. Am I not able to? No, I'll just copy that and put it over there. And I guess realistically I could have just moved them. But it's really just this waves auto tune that adds a lot of processing. Well, but I do not want to move the compressor over yet. I'm just going to do this first and see if this helps. What's the most tracks freeze that you've had in a song? Because I can honestly say that I think the most that I've had probably 20. I don't count. Yeah, I get that. As you have found out, yes. Yeah, no, I mean, I have found out. Nothing wrong with it, though. Still has a little bit. And all these are gonna have a little bit. I guess I might as well just freeze them. There is a reason why I think it took a... it takes a while. I don't think you can you freeze multiple tracks at once? Oh yeah, you can. So cancel that. This. Let me pop that open, this and this. I guess that really didn't have a lot of processing. Yeah, it does. Oh, this is why I didn't do it, and this is what's crazy. Because you can't freeze these. Can't freeze groups. I remember going through this dilemma. And I guess I just might as well freeze all the individual tracks so these don't do anything. Yeah, like that's the only downside. I think that's why in the moment I just kind of like skipped over it. I was like, oh, I don't want to move all that. Like, I don't want to print that high and low onto one audio track just so I could freeze the stuff on that. That would be the alternative. I do not want it. Hello, kitty. The automation for the reverb. No, I mean, if we could take another listen. Because essentially the only other thing that I would want to do is like this is my mid-side processing equalizer. I don't know if you do mid-side processing. Oh, no, this won't take a lot of time. Because now I just want to kind of get the reverb to sound a little bit different. So mid-side processing is an equalizer that will EQ the middle and the sides separately. So let me see if I can get essentially the difference, or I mean a similar EQ curve. We'll shut this one off. This is a cool little trick as well. If you go up to key and you hit this button and you set it to 1, you set this button and then you also set it to 1. So you can see up here device on by the 1 key. Go ahead and hit key again. Since I started with this one off and this one on, when I hit this 1, it's going to switch them. So by the push of a button, you can switch between 2 different forms of processing without a delay. So let's see if you can hear the difference. It's going to be really subtle. What you're going to want to listen for is to the sides, you're going to get a little bit more high end. And when this equalizer turns on, essentially what I'm doing is I'm bringing the low end of, oh man, this is just reverb. Never mind, you're not going to be able to hear this. I forgot that this was on reverb. Well, maybe if I solo it, I'll solo it, see if there's a difference. And then I'm bringing out the mids, right? Like the kind of the room and the overall low end of the reverb. I'm bringing that out in just the center of it, so it's not crowding. Like typically when you think about a song and you're mixing it, you want to bring the things that are kind of in front and in the center to be kind of the most present and not the most chaotic, depending on, like, usually that's how you would want it, right? Of course there's artistic reasons to do whatever you'd like, but and especially with like a reverb, you don't want a lot of the reverb washing out the center of your track. You want to push that reverb to the sides, right? And that's what this mid-side equalization can kind of do. So this is just a regular stereo equalization, and this is the mid-side. And let's see if you can hear a difference. Let's see if I can hear a difference, because I do it on the form of principle, but sometimes I don't really hear a difference. I just do it off of principle, which isn't always the best way to mix. All right, so let's just go right here. Right, and I mean, we can actually do a side-by-side comparison. So with just normal equalization, right, and then this is with the mid-side compression. I don't know if you can hear the difference. I'll switch in between. Especially when I switch, you'll hear that it almost sounds like a little bit of that mid-range leaves, and when you listen to it, yeah, so you must have heard it. Right, and it almost sounds like it's coming from behind you, like it's reaching in front. Yeah, so mid-side processing can be really good. I still think though that, you know, I'll just try it this way, like drop the mids entirely. Oh, and then this is how you get to it. So it's a normal equalizer, equalizer. It's a normal equalizer, right? So typically this is how it looks when you load it up. You're going to go over to mode and go to M/S, right? So then down here, this little button, you can click it from an M to an S, and the waveforms change. So S is of course is side. Typically your practice, especially with reverbs, is you do want to boost the high end of that that reverb, right? And typically on a mids you can drop it a little bit if you want, if you want to be really really dynamic with pushing it to the sides, right? Because you're carving out the center. Yeah, dude, Ableton has some really good plugins. It has some really nice plugins for how simple they look. They're really robust. So yeah, really nice. Little bit right there. So let's hear how carving out a little bit more of that mid-range sound. Yeah, I like that a lot better. So that one's, do you feel still not loud enough? I mean, I think looking at the full mix, it's pretty chaotic right here. I'll blow your ears out. It's still pretty, yeah, so it's fairly big there still. We can just go ahead, turn that up. Okay. Well, you know, that might be another, go ahead and tell me what you feel as if, and the track is also like, because you said some volume adjustments. So go ahead and let me know those volume adjustments. Am I actually at the right spot? Here.
I hope they're getting closer. I hope they're getting closer.
Okay. You try that. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that I switched your mix on there for a sec, like right before you said that the vocal was too loud. But yeah, here, let's just play the chorus again.
Looking over my shoulder, will the visitors stay? I hope they're getting closer.
How was that? Yeah, you can sit on it some more, because in the moment, our ears can, you know, get a little bit more sensitive while we listen. So I'll most likely listen to it tomorrow, cut it, and then send it your way. But let's go ahead and listen to the beginning. Now, I did think about doing something, and I didn't really do it because it was going to be more of like a a pretty big artistic choice on my end. Yeah, no, I did listen to yours there for a moment. Yeah, I just did a solo on it during this part. Right, that's probably what you heard. Versus that. Okay, so yeah, from the beginning. Okay, intro is good. Up into like the words, right? Up into this like Vox area. All right, so I even have little sections in here, so we can even just go by these sections. So here's the where the vocals come in. I don't know, dude. I think it sounds good. All right, so coming into this chorus, do you like how that break part sounds? Of course, like I have the out of time doubles. What do you mean? Oh, okay. You're talking about the okay, so you are saying that in the verse on your vocals, the out of time doubles are what's messing with you. I'm seeing if I can mitigate that in any way. And I guess tonally you're talking like in your tone changes. See, like right in here. Yeah, honestly, like I'm seeing differences in waveforms, but I'm not hearing differences. But your tone changes, yeah, aren't fluid in that sense, but I think you are being very nitpicky. I do think it sounds good. I wouldn't stress. Let me collapse these a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I definitely would not worry about it at all. You're definitely gonna hyperfixate on your own voice. All right, so break into chorus. You said that was good.
Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside?
Right. I know you made comments on the chorus prior over text, but do you still feel that way? Hey, Jerry! I just saw you there. Sorry, brother. When did you send that? Have you been watching for a while? We got Reeves over on YouTube. We're going over his track real quick and doing some adjustments. How you doing, Jerry? Reeves, we got the Jerry Mansell over on Twitch right now. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad on. Reeves said, "Shit, Jerry, don't judge. Please, no bullying." Oh man. No, dude. Jerry says it sounds good. Honestly, Reeves, like this track. You know, I mean this in like the nicest way possible. I did not expect you to be making like this like psychedelic kind of it almost gives me that like dark 80s vibe in the verse. So it's so good. It's so good. So don't think bad about it at all. So yeah, so do you feel as if the chorus was good? I think the reverb is way better. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, we'll just go from the chorus.
Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside?
Yeah. What do you need? So we kind of talking about this verse section right here before the chorus. I mean before the Vox. Jerry, how have you been lately? What you been up to? You have finals coming up? Take your time, Reeves. Yep. Got some finals. How's the lo-fi sounding over there? I can't hear it here. I just see the little meter bouncing up and down. Nice. Yeah, no, that was a great touch. That was made by good friend Eddie that also streams. Okay, no talking, chorus. A little bit more forward. I think I wish the rhythm guitar had a little bit more forward. And then maybe slightly vary the Oh, did you hit the cap on the character cap? That's funny. Okay, no talking chorus. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Drums are great, vocals are good, but I think I want them a little bit more forward. Also wish the rhythm guitar was a little bit more forward. Okay, no, that's doable. That's doable. So, most important thing I'm hearing there is the vocals. I know that I can't just push the volume up on this and get the effect you're looking for.
Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside? Oh, just in my head. Keep me up all night, running over and over.
Okay, as I'm pushing it forward. Yeah, no, that's the verse on it. Not much here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I read that too. I read that weird.
Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside? Oh, just in my head.
Okay. I think that pushes a little bit more forward, but I can. Yeah, I'll have to unfreeze it. I just want to smooth it out just a little bit.
Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside? Oh, just in my head.
There we go. Yay, now we get to wait for a freeze. The second chord sounds at a different level. So I wanted to bring up one other thing. No, not a bit maybe. What do you mean that the second chorus sounds at a different level? Oh, you literally mean like... Oh, okay, the vocals in general. Okay, we're still talking about the vocals. Yeah. They do look like they might be a bit louder. Let's check.
Keep me up all night, over my shoulder. Will the visitors stay? I hope they're getting closer. Keep me up all night, running over and over. Is there a devil inside? Oh, just in my...
Yeah. Jerry, if you're still there with us, I think you are. Ree says hello. See, I think what it might be, let me double check though. I think it's the doubles are different. Yeah. So what's going on, and I can adjust this, I can make a difference. It's just bringing down these doubles. So you have this information here coming in from the sides.
Keep me up all night,
Right. So versus this is just the vocal.
looking over my shoulder. Will the visitors stay?
Right. So I think that has a bit to do with it. But with that being said, I can keep that in mind, and we can turn down the doubles just a little bit and just see what happens. Oh, hold on.
Looking over my shoulder.
Not that.
Keep me up all night. Running over and over.
Did I have? I didn't. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Why don't we use what we learned? All right. We're gonna take this mid-side equalizer, and what we really want to do is we want to carve out a mid-range. Okay. So generally a good attention to like a good frequency to have and pay attention to is like around 700. That's vowel sounds, a lot of your nasally kind of vowel-y sounds. And I will also take some of the low end energy out of it, like 100 or so. This is all in the mid range, and also take a little bit out here. It's only in the mid range though. And let's see if it can. Is nasally. I mean, I would say that like it is in like your performance more so in like the EQ, you know. No, I'm gonna.
Keep me up all night. Running over and over. Is there a devil inside?
So right there, you can already hear a difference.
Keep me up all night.
That versus this.
Keep me up all night. Running over and over. Is there a devil inside?
Right. Your main vocals more has more space because this mid-side equalizer carved out that center. The first hit's harder, you think? So without it? Oh, you're talking like with the plugin turned on?
Keep me up all night. Running over and over. Looking over my shoulder. Will the
Okay.
vigilance stay? I hope they're getting closer. But they're
Exactly. All right, and then you also wanted the guitar to poke out a little bit more. So let's go to this chorus guitar and make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Yeah, I think the lead sounds fine in that.
keep me up.
Well, maybe that's what you're talking. Okay, are you talking about? You talked about the rhythm guitar, right? Let me go back. You don't have to repeat yourself. And I wish the rhythm guitar is a little bit more forward. So
Keep me up all night. Running
now I think this is another thing that we can do. I don't know. I love mixing because there's so many different ways to do things. So let me see. Chorus Moog. Let me listen.
Keep me up all night. Running over and over. Is there a devil inside?
Not really. What's this? let's do the same thing. So what I'm hearing, guitars are generally better panned left and right. That's a traditional sound that when we listen to like heavy rock music. I did turn up the guitars a little bit, but it's really fighting with the Moog. So I want to try to create space again, right? So in this, which is the Moog chorus, on the sides, we're gonna bring down that like 700. Okay. And then what we're actually going to do is copy this and throw it on the guitar. Okay, you want to make a wall with the Moog. Okay. 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 Because you said that, this is what I'm going to do. Let's delete this. Okay. And let's perfect this Moog sound. Alright, because this Moog I think can be beefier in that sense. Yeah, something subtle. Not a saturator. There we go. We're gonna push it into this tape machine. Weaker. That's punchy. Can't really hear a difference. I feel like that one feels better, but hard to say. Okay, that gave us a little bit more weight. Yeah, you're gonna hear the Moog right now, for sure. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I don't think that's too much. Okay, so I'm going to I turned down the guitar just a little bit just so I could focus on how the Moog sounded, and then I'm going to bring the guitar up now, but I'm also going to apply this little trick. So where is, right here? I'm gonna put an envelope follower. I don't know if you know what an envelope follower is. We're actually going to bring this over here just so we can work on it. Okay, let's balance the guitar to a fairly good. We're gonna map this to the gain knob of 3. We're gonna bring this up to 50%. There we go. On 3, I want it around that like 170. You can try it there. And then we want this to be negative, right? Yeah. I think I want it a little wider and not as drastic. Yeah. Now I'm going to take that and put it onto the Moog. Let's hear if there's a difference. Let's bring it down here. I think that does sound better. Let me turn it off. Yeah, I like that. It's just allowing like the weight of that guitar to come through a little bit more, so you can kind of still like hear the bassiness of the guitar. Yeah. Right. And you can see what I'm doing there in terms of like the functionality of it. And this is called creating a dynamic EQ. And essentially, yeah, you're using the envelope follower, and there's this little map button, and you map it to the gain of whatever node you're using. So I did 3. Mess with these little percentages down here. Mine's at 50% is 0, and then below 50% goes down, above 50% on this second one goes up. Yeah. Really, really great. Nice trick, nice tool. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to that chorus again. So chorus into verse. Nice. That sounds good. Again, you can always let me know after. So how'd the guitar solo binge sound? No, again, dude, I don't think about it at all. Don't think that. So yeah, we got the all the bends are great, no notes. All right, let's go into the second vocal part. All right, so we got two elements coming in here. We got that effect, that nice stabby effect. What was it, the riser synth? This right here. Is that too loud? I couldn't imagine you would want it louder. Oh, it seemed to silence the wall. Okay. Is it too stabby? A little bit. Because I can also do this. Understood. Understood. You said shimmer. So generally speaking, it's more on the sides. Okay. You're talking about the wah guitar. Yeah, for sure. Okay, this wah guitar. Let me close all this. So much to look at. Okay. Yeah, so it's mainly because as it's doing the auto pan, it's giving that like wavy shift to it, and the volume itself is not consistent. So what we can do is compress it. So do you use the glue compressor in Ableton, Reeves? Because if I can use Ableton plugins while doing this, okay, cool. Yeah, glue compressor is really good. Yeah, definitely use that. Me personally, I'll just show you a glue compressor and then I'll show you the compressor I use, and funny enough, they actually look really similar. So 1176, excellent compressor. This one is fantastic. But if you notice on yours, you have an attack, a release, attack, release, ratio right here. Threshold, which is on this one the input knob, so the more you drive it, the more you hit it. But see, you got the VU meter and you got the like VU meter down here. Glue compressor is really good. I'm a big fan. but we are going to use this guy. All right, let's compress it a little bit more. We're going to bring up the ratio. And we're going to bring down the release. Okay, so I think the compression's good. I just need to now turn it up just a little bit. So for instance, in that specific part, like right before the slide, I think it's just because, let me see. What I could do then is also the amount. You know what it could be is the phase. It could be the phase that's messing with it. That is better. Now let me tweak the phase and see if that is good. No, not really. I don't hear a big difference. That versus this. Yeah, I don't hear a big difference. But yeah, do you still think that sounds better overall? Because it's definitely more present. It's not necessarily louder. I will say, like, it does kind of cut out in this area. For instance, let's just shut off the auto pan, see what it sounds like. I will say this. I think it also it gets masked by the Moog because you go to that lower note and I think it's sharing a frequency with the Moog and it gets lost. Right? Now, with that being said, do you want this guitar line to come in front of that Moog a little bit, or do you want it to go behind the Moog? Because right now it's kind of going behind the Moog, but if you want it to come in front of the Moog, we can do that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a glue compressor to the high end of that Moog sound. Let's just do it on the whole Moog. No, I don't want to do it on the whole Moog. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. No, we good. Let me listen to it again. Hold on. Does get a little raspy. All right, let's try this first, just because it won't interfere with the bass frequencies. So we're gonna take a glue compressor on, oh, I already have one here. Yeah, on the high. And no. These aren't my beats. It's just like free DMCA stuff. In between. Do you like that? Do you like how there's a little bit of a like an ambiance while I'm talking and your music's not playing, so it's not just completely silent? Is it fitting? Nice. Nice. We got approval. All right, so I'm gonna do sidechain. Have you hit this little tab up here on the glue compressor? Have you done sidechain compression before? I feel like we've talked about it, but maybe not. Like in person. Nice. Reeves, you said the right thing. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Okay, so on the glue compressor, there's this little arrow next to the power button. And it's gonna pop open this menu and you're gonna hit sidechain. It's gonna open up audio from. And so for instance, a compressor makes something quieter, essentially. It adjusts volume, let's say it that way. A compressor adjusts volume. So we're gonna put the compressor on what we're gonna wanna turn down, which is this high Moog sound. And we're going to set it to that wah track, which I believe is called hold on. Hold on. Don't tell me. Wah left. Pretty sure it's wah left. Yeah. So we'll be able to see when we drop down this threshold, or even right in here. Right, it's getting the signal. We want the attack to be fairly immediate, so we're going to bring down the attack fairly low. We want this release again to be like pretty quick, not too quick. And then we're going to adjust the ratio to 2, so it's more of the subtle side. And we're going to want to hit around this 5. Okay. And so now that's compressing that signal only when the guitar comes in. Yes, it is. Your ear is not deceiving you. It's not panning full left and right. The guitar is mainly occupying the right side. I don't know why'd I choose to do that. Oh, because the palm mute guitar is kind of occupying the left side. So I have like kind of this left and this right, so that palm mute, and then the guitar is kind of swaying over on this side. I mean, I can make it to where it's more dramatic if you want to hear what it's like going both left and right. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process when it comes to panning. A lot of it is spatial. Like I really do try to envision like where these instruments are in a physical space. So yeah, let me go ahead. I'll do this. So I'm essentially going to center it. What number was it on? Just curious. 17. So we're going to center it. Right. I feel as if it makes it move it too quick. And because it's not a very present, like it's not the same volume the whole time, like a tone, like a synthesizer. Yeah, it pops up and down too much as it moves, so your brain can't really focus on it. Yeah, it makes it yeah. While, you know, if you just kind of make it go a little bit left and right in a space. Right? Yeah, so that to me is a bit better way of going about it. While still creating that psychedelic feel, but without it being like too chaotic, you know? You understand. I'm just, Reeves, if I over explain things, a lot of times I'm doing it because I know, like I'm recording this right now, so I can go back and like make videos of like little tutorials and whatnot. So if I over explain things and almost like that I'm beating the topic to death, that's why. It's not because I think you're dumb. Okay, so so let's go ahead and listen to this vocal part again. Give me some critiques. Perfect up till the key change. All right. So I know one thing you were saying was you said like the bass. Are you talking about the swell? Because I changed the swell too. I don't know if I went over that, but I did change that bass swell part. Talking about the bend. Oh, okay, this part. Yeah, the delay's kind of a little crazy, but that's okay. Swell sounds better actually. Yeah. I definitely adjusted the swell and made it to where the Moog pops through a bit better. And I think what I ended up doing, what am I doing? So I have an envelope follower on the base, and I would assume that I attached it to, oh yeah, I attached it to the Moog. So that helped in some regard. Yeah. Definitely did. I didn't remember that that's actually what I did. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I understand. Okay, so I can kind of maybe anticipate. What about when these vocal harmonies come in? How is that sounding? Okay, let's go ahead and listen to it all in context again. All right. I have something that I'm going to do. But you tell me what you're thinking. Moog is primary instrument through the keychain. Then at the end of the build, I want to push. You want to push the other guitars more over the Moog leading up. Okay, okay, do that. Let's see if we can achieve that on a really simplistic level. Of this automate. Bass and guitar. Yes. Okay, let's fix that first. I hear the guitar on the left needs to be louder. Let's fix that first.
Looking over my shoulder.
Oh, and the break. Let's just highlight guitar so we can hear what we got. Right. You can hear the wah also pans a little bit, gives some movement. Right. So you were saying the guitar on the left. Oh, you're saying before that. So I know you want it to swell. So honestly, that's you like the wall pan, yeah. I mean, you could tell that auto pan is something that I usually go to with like trippy sounds. I mean, it's a good effect. I do think that's a little loud. So let's try and get that effect down the way you'd like it. So during this break, one thing, guitar starts, I think, before 2 minutes. Really? I know there's a Paul mute. I know there's a wall around that time. Not the chorus. Not a pick scrape. The wall? Oh. Didn't I? Okay. You're right. Yes. So I have an automation. I just need to turn it up. Okay, so this is where an effect that I think I did was just too drastic. So a couple things. I did a pan. This is my idea. I did a pan, so this is my idea. Was it came from, essentially I wanted this sound, this like guitar sound, to start from like the back left and like come centered. So that's essentially what this is. Right? I think we're gonna start at around 40 instead of 50. Okay. And then, okay, Reeves, I don't know if you do this, but I found a nice opportune time to talk about this. Yeah, no, I understand that now about the slow build. It definitely works better. So when you adjust, Skillshare, exactly, Skillshare. So, when you automate levels, I would urge you not to automate the mixer. Okay, as you can see, none of these mixer faders are automated except my master, but that's okay. You can automate your master. Do not automate your individual channel faders unless you have a very specific reason to counter the reason why I'm telling you not to do it. Or what to do instead is you want to use a utility. If you don't know what the utility plugin, it's great. It has a lot of really interesting features on it that actually could make your mix sound better in a much easier way. It has a width knob, which is really cool, but it's not what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this gain knob. This is what you're going to want to automate. The reason why is I can add this automation, right? So it's being raised ever so slightly. But if I want to, I can adjust it any way that I want on the fader without it interrupting the automation, which is key. So I have the effect still, but I'm able to adjust it overall. So if you don't do that and automate it, yes, no, this is like, it saves hours of time. Hours of time. This little trick will save you. So you don't have to go in there and adjust the freaking automation. But on this particular one, I am adjusting automation. So I want it to start off a little bit louder. And then swoop in a little bit heavier. Like that. I don't hear it. Why don't I hear it? Oh, because I probably turned it down with a lot. Yes, Reeves, you can do that, but funny enough, I do it on my master. So right here, this is where I do slight adjustments in volume throughout sections of the song, pulling back the curtain a little bit. It is just this easy sometimes. So I have I start off at -2 dB, walk it up to 1.8, and then drop it down a little bit as well. I mean, these are minute adjustments, but the theory behind it is that your brain is picking up this information, though you don't necessarily interpret it on a logical sense. But your brain is still feeling it and feeling the difference. So small changes, right? And to make even more sense of it, the amount of decibel that it takes to make it most noticeable by the average person is like 6 decibels. So the fact that we're going from a -0 to -0 0 to like -2 dB, it's nothing. It's not going to be these drastic differences. The only one that would debatably be extremely noticeable would be coming from this vocal section into this break chorus area, because I jump up 2 decibels, right? But that's what makes that break hit so hard, is that I'm jumping it up 2 decibels. So it just kind of slams you for a sec, and then I drop it immediately when the chorus hits 1 decibel. So it kind of like hits you a little bit and then backs off just a little bit, right? These tiny differences can make a difference. These tiny little adjustments can make a difference. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So that being said, let's make sure that we can hear this Wah-2 now. I think it could be louder. What do you think? Either it can be a little louder, and I also honestly think that the the guitar bend might need to come down a little bit. Yeah, that's better on the guitar bend. I'm starting to hit Unity 0 on the mixer, so I want to... I don't know if you know how to do this. You copy, or you don't copy, you scan all of it, or select all of it, whatever the word might be, and if you hover your mouse until, like underneath it, until all of it turns blue, you click and then you can move the whole thing up. Yeah, okay, that level, because I essentially what I wanted it, like in my mind, I wanted it to meet with the bend, like spatially, and it kind of does that. It starts on the left, it goes to the right, and then it hits the bend, which is like over into this little area.
Shoulder, where the visitors stay. I hope they're getting closer.
All right, up into the solo. You type it out. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'll be right back. Jerry, you're still hanging out, Jerry? I see you lurking. I have the ability to see you lurking, Jerry. I appreciate you hanging out. I don't know if you just like muted the stream. Which honestly, I wouldn't blame you, Jerry, if you did. Just like mute the stream and just sit there to boost my number from 0 to 1. Nice. I appreciate you, Jerry. Not saying this to twist your arm, Jerry, but Twitch has a like process in place, like I don't know if I would call it an algorithm, but essentially if someone is lurking and not chatting, they don't count as a viewer after a while. So if you think of it, throwing a message every like 20 minutes, 30 minutes actually keeps you as a I don't know how to say it. Like you actually count towards the view count, I guess, essentially. All right, Reeves. What are you thinking about the breaking chord? Okay. Yeah, I think the swell down like 4%. Swell. Oh, like the guitar swell. Is that what, like from before? That's what we're still talking about? Oh, the bass swell. Guitar was perfect. Bass swell. Not the subs. Are you using actual... You mean the slide? Talking about that? There it is. If you're hearing popping, that is my pretty sure it's my interface at this point. Like, I've had this interface crash on me so much recently. I think I just need a new one. It's an old interface. It's using like Thunderbolt or something. Yeah, just a little bit. It's just a little chunky. Yeah, so is that better? So I have, I think it's called a Sapphire, a Scarlet, no, a Focusrite Sapphire. So you have your Focusrite Scarlets. That's their new version. I did adjust it a little bit. I brought it down like 2-3 dB. I have the version of Focusrite before the Scarlets. This thing is at least 10 years old. I think at least 10 years old. Fuck, maybe 15 years old probably. Get rid of that. Go away. Go away. Yeah, it's just not good anymore. Red caught on better. What? Oh, red caught on better. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah, the nothing wrong with the Sapphire, honestly. Like, it served me great, but I do need that new one. I want the Scarlet interface. Okay, so we got the bass swell down. Keep on trucking. So we got the you know, the bridge.
Looking over my shoulder, where the visitors stay. I hope they're getting closer.
Right, I'll stop it there. I think the solo part is something we can dive into. Do emotes work? Yeah, Jerry. I believe emotes would work. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so let's go into the chorus, into the solo area, and then we can talk about the solo. Jerry, that's a sick emote. The guitar stuff we did earlier is still on this track for the chorus, right? Oh yeah, like the guitar is still, yes, still has the, what did we do? We did the glue compressor sidechain on the top of the Moog bass. Yeah.
Looking over my shoulder, where the visitors stay. I hope they're getting closer.
Dude, so I fucking love the whispers that you're doing during this part. It is so good. Jerry, you gotta listen to this. Like, I know you can probably hear it in the background a little bit, but goddamn, it is so good.
Where's the talking now? Where's the talking now?
Okay, so actually I do want to talk about this because I did the same thing here where, did I auto pan that? Maybe that's why I don't like how that really sounds. Let's turn off the auto pan. You know, now in retrospect, maybe the auto pan's not serving me justice there. But what I wanted, Jerry over on Jerry said the whispers whisper sweet nothings into my ear. So I wanted it to jump left and right.
Where's the talking now? Where's the talking now? Where's the talking now? Where's the talking now? I'ma smoke 'em out. I'ma smoke 'em out. I'ma smoke 'em out. I'ma smoke 'em out. Where's the talking now? Where's the talking now?
No, please. But yeah, see how like they're bouncing back and forth? Right? With the extra vox, what in particular? Like during that solo part, you like what I did? Oh yeah, the whispers and stuff, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so how does the how does like this transition with the growl, the reverb, how does that sound? I'll play it one more time. Essentially this area.
They're getting closer.
And this actually is probably something that you didn't know. So little bit of keyboard fun. Essentially, I'm clicking on a spot that I'm highlighting an area. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm highlighting an area and I'm holding control while the song is playing. So I'm holding control and I'm hitting space, and watch what happens. I'm not hitting anything. I'm just holding control right now. After it gets to this part, it stops. Right? So that was when I hold control, and I actually think it will do it. I don't have to hold control the whole time. I just have to hold control when it's coming up to the end of that. Wrong. You have to hold control and then hit play. Okay, honestly, you don't have to hold control the whole time. I just didn't know. But if you hold control and then press space, you can let go and it will stop. Now, this is another cool thing you can do. If you hold shift before you hit play, even if we started at the beginning of this highlighted portion, if I hold shift and then press space, it'll continue where I left off. Right? That's also really useful. So at this point, if I hit space again, it'll go back to the beginning. Right? If I hold control and hit space, it will stop after the it'll stop after the highlighted portion, and then by holding shift I can start. Right? Dude, like this is definitely a game changer. It's really nice for when you're doing small things. For instance, like if you just want to highlight this. Oh, here's another one. If you hold, do you know about holding Alt? Right, you see how I'm like locked to the grid right here? And even if I hit my mouse in between these grid lines, kind of hard to tell, but like in between the grid lines, it doesn't go anywhere. But by holding Alt, I can click in between the grid lines. It comes off of the snap. You can click 3 keys and start where you stopped. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so for instance, let's say I want to like highlight just this area, but I wanted it inside of the grid lines. You can hold Alt and drag, and you can it doesn't snap. Essentially. Cool. Anything else off the top of your head, or you just want to take one last listen to it, see if anything comes up? Yeah, what's up for the solo? Look, you're on TV. What? Okay. Yeah, can we push the solo and make it center? Cat's in the guitar case. That's cute. Yeah, my Misty likes to lay on my clean clothes. It's like such a classic cat thing. I have to put them away really quickly or else they'll just get all cat hair. Okay, okay, can we push the solo and make it center? Alright, so that solo part was actually panned to the left, so panned to the right, so I centered it. And I'm using this mid-side compression as well. I mean, not compression. There's no reason why you couldn't. Here, let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, I mean, I think
They're getting closer.
I think a lot of what makes me consider what panning, like where to pan things, is essentially knowing that like the kick is like directly center and the bass is directly center. Typically, typically your low frequency instruments are directly centered. That's what gives you the most overall width. If something's panned off to the side, especially with bass frequencies, it can feel unbalanced. So typically you want your bass frequencies centered. There's a lot of energy center then. And I find that even just panning it a little bit to the left, and I mean I'm talking about like there, you know, we're going 8 ticks to the right, whereas before it was probably like a good 20. So this is a difference, but just bringing it off of center a little bit, I think does make a difference.
They're getting closer.
And you know what we can do as well? Because as I'm listening to that, your vocal is coming down the center, right? When you're going to that belting part at the end there, I wouldn't say belting, but as you sing out that last note, it's all center. I mean, you have a lot of stuff on the side as well. So what we're going to do are two things. We're going to automate the panning in the beginning of it from right to center. Not a lot, but a little bit. A little bit of right to center. What delay compensation? I do. I want it to be about here. I want it to be almost centered. Very small change. And what I think this, not only this, but I'm also going to do that, what I was talking about before, the utility. I have a script, maybe? Yeah, here it is, utility. And what this is going to do where's your voltage file? Try bringing up 10. And so what's going on here is because there's so much information when this comes in, like when the guitar solo comes in, you have the vocal going on, the reverb, a lot of stuff. So we're raising the volume as it's trying to fight. And then we're gonna bring it back down once things start to kind of calm down a little bit.
They're getting closer.
Okay, right off the bat, let's turn up the volume overall a little bit.
They're getting closer.
I can hear what that sounds like. Yeah, because you can actually hear like the, you know.
They're getting closer.
One more time.
They're getting closer.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. Yeah. Good call. Good call. What are you thinking? Anything else? Final listen? Wait, that was a mistake you left in? Really? Nuh-uh. It sounds so good though. What is it, the solo? How is that a mistake? Was that really a mistake? Like, did you just hit a different note? Where the waveform cuts out? Like right here in the beginning? Oh, not the slide. Okay. Is that really a mistake? I mean, it sounds nice. In context? Oh, you muted it. Okay. It sounded like you were almost doing like one of those tap harmonics. You know, like you hit a note, like you're fretting a note and then you tap like 12 frets above it or whatever. Hey, it happens, brother. So what you thinking? Want to listen to full thing one more time? Oh, listen to the build. Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Let me play it from the solo. Oh, dude, I'm up fairly late anyway. Don't worry about it. I'ma smoke 'em out. I'ma smoke 'em out. Who's the talker now? Who's the talker now? Heat. Heat, brother. Heat. Oh, I love that build, honestly. How does it sound to you? It could get louder. We could do that if you wanted. There's one track doubling the lead. Let's figure it out. Yeah, because you have this guitar and then you have the walk up bass. Right? But you also have like this part. Right? Or were you talking about like this part? Doing what the 808 and the lead were doing. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me find it. Yeah, because for instance, oh, maybe right here.
Looking over my shoulder. Hey, I hope They're getting closer.
I could, yeah. That's what I was seeing if I could balance it just by doing this, and so I'm debating whether or not separating into a different track is actually going to give me the versatility that I need, or equalization. Because I also have to keep in mind that like I'm still going through my mastering chain right now, which is heavily compressing all the frequencies. So even like volume adjustment might not be enough because everything's being compressed, right? You have the guitar way louder than me. Hold on, let me grab my ear around one more time. Okay, so what we're going to do we're going to do this chorus rhythm. Still not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. Actually, I might as well. I think I have other things that I've chopped up. Consolidate that. Yeah, so it sounds like you switched your tone up a little bit, or maybe just the reverb saturation, because the guitar sounds just a little bit different. From the chorus to that build part. It's on the same track, but it sounds different. So at that point, that's the decision that I have to make in order, like, okay, I'm gonna move it to a separate track and adjust it via reverb. I mean, adjust it via equalization to try and bring that out a little bit more. Because of course, it does. Forget the guitar I was using and use a different one. Yeah, I hear you. No problem. We're gonna work with it. Ain't no thing. So let's find this audio track I just added right here. Oh. Cool. Actually, let's see if we can do it with just this.
They're getting closer.
Yeah, that's already better. How about that? Nice. So let's go solo in the build. Yeah. Yeah, that's thick. That's thick. Yes, Jerry. Thick with 2 Q's. Yuck. So what you think? I'm getting a chef's kiss from Reeves. I like how the song ends, right? How the Moog bass is just so present. What you thinking, Reeves? What you thinking? All right, let's go ahead. Listen to it one more time, just full through. Just kind of put a cherry on top of things.
shoulder where the visitors stay. I hope they're getting closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Reeves. Good job. That's a sick song, man. That really is. That's amazing. Exactly. We got Jerry giving the snaps. We did it. Hey man, it's a joint effort. It's a joint effort, Reeves. I really like mixing your stuff, brother. I really do. It's so much fun. Let me cut it. Call me, Reeves. You can call me. What? Oh, you're right. I totally forgot.
Shoulder, where the visitors stay. They're getting closer.
I muted my mic instead of the audio. So that is what it sounds like when it's rendering, but normally we can't hear that. It goes silent in Ableton when we render something out, but that's actually what it sounds like. So it will be normal when you listen to the track. But when it renders, it just sounds like that. It's crazy. All right, brother. While I got you, and Jerry, while you're still here, I think this is a nice vibe. I need to change the drums because I played this. But I really like this piece. So I think all of it is synthesizers, except this is actually my E kit. I know the transition's gonna sound bad. Oh, it's actually so out of time. Oh, I'm so sad that I showed that to you. I'm so sad. It was way out of time. Ew. That was gross. I need to get the drums right on it. Oh, that bass. So fat. Oh, no, the drums sound so bad. Miss a potential Mr. Roboto, yeah. Yep. No, like I do like this it's really just this bass right here. Sounds so good. Can't really hear much there. That's my CS. So that's a Yamaha CS for this bass sound. Yeah, no, that bass is just filthy. Yeah. Actually, I can ungroup this. Yeah, that. Ooh. This track's gonna be fun. When I actually nail this one down, this one's gonna be cool. It's a nice little like party jam. Oh, Jerry. I still got your ears? Because you didn't comment on this last time. Oh no, I can't do it like this. No, I can't do it like this. Who's gonna sing on it? Maybe, I don't know, dude. I know me and Adam are gonna try and do some stuff, and I sent that to him and he really enjoyed it. So maybe Adam? Maybe? Let me pull this up, Jerry. This guy. Okay, Reeves, to give you a little bit of context. This is me and Jerry back in 2002. 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Jerry, I don't know if you remember this. Oh, that's right. Hold on. How do I do this? Go to 4. Media player. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Not 2002. 2022. What am I thinking? I'm a little tired. $2022. Anyway, here we go. Come on, Jerry. That's a Jerry baseline. I know a Jerry baseline any day of the week, and that's a Jerry baseline right there. Do you remember this, Jerry? That's true. Oh, that bass is so funky. No, wait for this break. This break is so clean. Oh. Heat. Jerry, we made this. So good. Ooh. Wow. Wow. I could literally listen to the whole thing again. Jerry, I'll have to send that to you. Ugh. Man, we need to get back in the studio. Brother. Like, I don't know. That's still like such a precious time for me. Like sitting shoulder to shoulder with you, like recording and producing music together is some of like the most fun that I've had making music with someone. Like it was so easy, it was so fluid, so good. So good. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send that to you for sure. Well, gentlemen, it was real. Yeah, Reeves, that's definitely, it was a surprise coming up on that one. It was a surprise. Anytime. Anytime. Jerry, we got to figure it out, man. Anytime. Reeves, thanks for letting me mix this track for you. I had so much fun with it. I think it came out so good. I think it is such a solid track. Boys, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate y'all coming, and I know Reeves, you came on here to you know, help me mix your own track, essentially give me some pointers along the way, which I think is great. But I appreciate you, you know, being lively in the chat. Jerry, thank you always. Thank you so much for sticking around, supporting me. Gentlemen, have a good night. Be well. I'm gonna try and go live a lot this week. So yeah, Reeves, if you have some time, stop on by, learn a thing or two, swap on ideas. I'd love to collaborate with you in any way, but I know that we have a lot of fun mixing, or I have a lot of fun mixing your stuff, so I don't mind collaborating in that sense. But thanks again, boys. You have a wonderful night. See ya.